Hey everybody, welcome back for another deep dive with us.
Always a pleasure.
Today, we're going to be looking at this really cool article called 21 Rules for Life-Changing Success.
Well,
It's actually based on a video.
okay.
So you know it's going to be like really practical stuff that you can actually implement.
Yeah.
I'm excited to get into it.
Dude.
And I know a lot of our listeners have asked us to cover this.
Yeah, for sure.
So-
It's a popular one.
It is a popular one, so let's jump right in.
Sounds good.
What stood out to you, like, right off the bat?
Well, I think what's interesting is it starts out with this idea that success leaves clues.
Okay.
It's rule #1. And, it's kind of like saying, like, okay, if we want to be successful, we should look at other people who are successful.
Mm-hmm.
But the key is it's not just about where they are now.
Right.
It's about, like, how they got there.
Yeah,
So it's looking at, like, those early actions
I love that.
rather than just trying to copy, like, their current state.
Like reverse engineering it.
Exactly. Yeah. Reverse engineering success.
That's so cool.
So that's a really powerful idea, I think, to start off with.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like think about Steve Jobs and his fascination with calligraphy.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, who knew that that would have anything to do with Apple products?
Right.
But it's like all these little things that add up.
Totally. And I think that kind of ties into rule #2, growth through adversity. Like those challenges that we face,
Yeah.
they actually like build resilience. And those are the things that help us get through those like tough times.
It's like smooth seas never made a skilled sailor.
Exactly. Yeah. And then that leads into rule #3, intentionality in life. Like having a clear sense of purpose.
Like you know what you're aiming for.
Yeah. You know what you want, why you want it.
Yeah. And then that makes those challenges easier.
For sure. For sure. And I think that also kind of connects to rule #4, lifestyle over retirement.
Ooh, yeah, that one's good.
Right? Like, why wait until we're 65 to enjoy life?
Exactly.
Let's design a life we love now.
What would that look like for you?
Oh, man, so many things.
Yeah.
I think for me, it's about, spending more time with my family, being able to travel, pursue those hobbies that I've always wanted to,
Yeah.
but haven't really had the time for.
Yeah, and it doesn't have to be like this huge, drastic change.
Right.
It's like little things you can do every day
Absolutely.
to make it more enjoyable.
Yeah, I totally agree.
So that's like setting the foundation.
Yeah, like setting the stage.
Let's get into some of these rules that are about like unlocking our potential.
Okay, let's do it.
Rule #5, creativity as a trainable skill.
Oh, that's a good one.
That one blew my mind.
And-
I thought you were either creative or you weren't.
Right. It's like you're born with it or you're not.
But it's skill.
It is a skill like anything else. You can practice it.
So cool.
Yeah, like brainstorming every day.
Okay, I can try that.
Right.
And then rule #6, the superhuman protocol.
Ooh. Getting into the good stuff now.
Like, how do we actually tap into that?
Well, they break it down into these 4 elements.
Okay.
Energy, clarity, willpower, and focus. And when we can kind of get all of those in sync, that's when we enter that like flow state where we're just like unstoppable.
Like you're in the zone.
Exactly. Yeah, and you can accomplish incredible things.
Everything's just clicking.
Totally.
Ideas are flowing.
For sure.
Yeah.
I love that.
But, even superheroes need fuel.
Yeah, they do.
And that's where rule #7 comes in positive self-future talk.
Okay, so that's like our fuel.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's about the power of our words and thoughts.
So it's not just like positive affirmations.
Right. It's more about like shaping the narrative of our future
Okay.
with like empowering language.
I like that.
Yeah.
Like speaking it into existence.
Exactly.
Manifestation.
So we've got the fuel, and now we got to figure out how to use it.
We do, and that's where rule #8 comes in, leveraging resources.
Okay.
So this is about strategically using everything we have at our disposal,
Like what?
like our skills, our
Yeah.
network, our time, even our money,
Okay.
to amplify our efforts and get more done.
Working smarter, not harder.
Yeah.
I like that. And then speaking of getting things done, rule #9, speed to action.
Oh, yeah, action.
This is about execution, taking those ideas and putting them into motion.
Like, just go for it.
Yeah, don't overthink it, just start.
Because a lot of times we get stuck in that like planning phase.
Analysis paralysis.
Yes.
Yeah, and it just prevents us from actually making progress.
So true.
So just start taking action, even if it's imperfect.
Yeah, just get started.
Exactly. You can always adjust along the way.
Okay, I like that.
And then that leads into rule #10, compound growth.
That's a good one.
This is a powerful concept.
Okay.
It's about like the idea that consistent actions taken over time can lead to like exponential results.
Like that snowball effect.
Yeah, exactly. The snowball effect. And it applies to so many areas of life,
Yeah.
like investing. If you consistently invest even small amounts over time,
Yeah.
you can build significant wealth.
Or even like building a skill,
Right.
like learning a language. Exactly. A little bit every day.
Yeah.
And eventually you'll be fluent.
And then rules, #11 and #12 go together, kind of.
They do, yeah. So rule #11 is zero-based thinking.
Ooh, that's a new one for me.
Yeah, this is about regularly reevaluating our decisions
Okay.
and being willing to pivot. Like if something's not working,
Yeah.
don't be afraid to like scrap it and start over.
So don't be afraid to, like, admit that you were wrong.
Exact.
Or things have changed.
Yeah, like the landscape changes.
And then rule #12, relentless optimization.
Yeah, this is about like always looking for ways to improve.
So, like, continuous improvement.
Exactly. Yeah, even when we're successful.
Never get complacent.
Right, always striving to get better.
Okay, now let's talk about debt.
Okay.
This is rule #13, strategic use of debt.
Ooh, yeah, this is a tricky one.
It is, but it's interesting because they're saying that debt can be a tool.
Right, when used wisely.
Not all debt is bad.
Exactly. There's good debt and bad debt.
So, like, how do we know the difference?
Well, good debt is used to invest in things that will generate income,
Okay.
like a rental property or a business loan.
So things that will appreciate in value.
Exactly. Yeah. And then bad debt is like that new car you don't really need.
That's going to depreciate as soon as you drive it off the lot.
Right, exactly. So it's about using debt strategically
Okay.
to create opportunities, not burdens.
So then with all of that in mind, we need to make sure we're focusing on the right things,
We do.
which is rule #14, focus on big goals.
Yeah, don't get bogged down in the small stuff.
Chase antelopes, not field mice.
Love that analogy.
So good.
Yeah, like what are those big, audacious goals that will really move the needle in our lives?
Yeah, that are going to make a real difference.
Exactly.
What's resonating with you most so far?
Ooh, that's a tough one.
I know, right?
There's so many good ones.
So many good ones.
I think for me, it's the combination of intentionality
Uh,
and compound growth.
Yeah.
Like knowing what you want and then taking consistent action towards it. Like that's a recipe for success.
Yeah, and it's empowering to know that we have control over that.
Totally.
Like we can create our own success.
We can. We absolutely can.
This is awesome, but we've only covered half the rules.
I know, right?
We got to take a break
We do.
and come back and revisit the remaining rules.
Sounds good.
I'm excited to hear what else they have to say.
Me too. This is great stuff.
It is, so stay tuned. We'll be right back.
We'll be right back. Welcome back, everybody.
All right, so we just finished going over the first 14 rules.
Yeah, crazy.
I know there's so much good stuff
That's
in
all
there,
right.
but we've got 7 more to cover.
7 more. Let's do it.
I'm ready if you are.
I'm ready. Let's jump right in.
Okay.
Rule #15.
Okay.
The power of tiny gains.
Ooh, tiny gains.
Tiny gains, big results.
Okay, I'm intrigued. Tell me more.
So this is all about the idea that, we don't have to make these massive, like, sweeping changes
Right.
to see progress.
Yeah.
It's about those small little improvements
Yeah.
that we make day after day.
So it's the consistency.
It is the consistency that
Yeah.
makes the difference.
Yeah, like think about it like building a muscle.
Okay.
You don't get ripped overnight
No, you don't.
by lifting the heaviest weight once.
Yeah.
Right?
Got to keep going.
Got to keep going. It's about adding a little more weight each time or doing a few more reps.
And, like, celebrating those little wins.
Yeah, exactly. Those little wins add up over time.
Yeah, so true.
So it's that same principle applied to any area of our life.
I like that.
Small steps consistently applied create big changes.
So then rule #16 is one that I've heard a lot about,
Okay.
but it's always good to get a refresher.
Yeah, for sure.
And this is the 80-20 principle.
Ah, the Pareto principle.
Pareto principle.
Yes, this one's a classic.
Classic for a reason.
For a reason. So this is all about focusing on the vital few activities
Okay.
that drive the majority of our results.
So it's not about doing everything.
Nope, it's about figuring out what are those like 20% of things that are going to give us 80% of the results. Working smarter, not harder.
Exactly. So, like, imagine you have a to-do list that's a mile long.
Oh, yeah?
The 80-20 principle says, okay, let's look at that list.
Okay.
Identify the crucial 20%.
The things that are really going to move the needle.
Yeah. And prioritize those.
Get those done first.
Exactly.
Right. And rule #17 is one that I think we can all benefit from.
Yeah.
Especially if we're trying to achieve those big goals.
For sure.
And this is embrace discomfort.
Okay, why is that so important?
Because growth happens outside of our comfort zone.
That's right.
It does.
It's like if we're not challenging ourselves, we're not really growing.
It's like that saying, if you're not growing, you're dying.
Exactly. Yeah, and think about a time when you achieved something that you were really proud of.
Mm-hmm.
Chances are it involved some level of discomfort.
Yeah,
or
probably.
even fear.
It's like getting over that initial hump.
Yeah, like facing those fears and pushing through that discomfort, that's where we really unlock our potential. So yeah, embrace the discomfort. It's a sign that you're on the right track.
Okay, I like that.
That's a good one.
It is now, rule hashtag 18 is build strong relationships.
Okay, this one seems pretty straightforward.
It does, but I feel like there's more to it.
Yeah, it goes deeper than just networking.
Networking's important,
It is.
but this is about like really genuine connections.
Yeah, authentic, meaningful connections,
That's a good way to put it.
both personally and professionally,
With people who, support you.
who inspire us, who challenge us,
Yeah.
and help us grow.
Like those are the people that you want to surround yourself with.
Exactly. Yeah, those are the relationships that really make a difference in our lives.
Yeah. And they can offer support,
Yeah.
celebrate our wins,
Right.
and give us valuable insights.
Totally.
Okay. So it's
And-
about quality over quantity
Quality over quantity, for sure.
when it comes to relationships.
Absolutely.
Okay. Rule hashtag 19 is one that I definitely need to work on.
I think we all do.
And this is master your time.
Time management, it's
That's
a
got it.
beast.
It is a beast, but it's so important.
It is so important because time is our most valuable asset,
Yeah, it really is.
and we need to protect it and use it wisely.
Like, how do we do that?
Well, the article talks about, prioritizing tasks,
Okay.
eliminating distractions,
Yeah.
establishing routines.
Ooh, routines are good.
Routines are great, and then also like being mindful of how we spend our leisure time.
Yeah, like even when you're relaxing,
Yeah. Be intentional about it.
be intentional about it.
Okay, rule hashtag 20. I feel like this is a really important one.
Yeah, this one's kind of like the foundation of everything.
It is, and this is live with integrity.
So important.
And that's about aligning our actions with our values.
Exactly. Yeah, it's about being ethical and authentic.
Yeah, like being true to yourself,
Yeah, even when it's hard.
even when it's tough.
Yeah, and living with integrity, it brings a sense of peace.
Inner peace.
Yeah, inner peace and fulfillment.
That you can't get any other way.
Right.
Yeah. I love that.
And then finally we have rule hashtag 21. Last but not least,
Give back.
give back.
Yeah, this one's a good one to end on.
It is, because it's like, it's not just about us.
Right.
It's about making a positive impact on the world.
Exactly. Yeah. And, whether it's through philanthropy or volunteering or
Mhm.
just like simple acts of kindness,
Yeah.
giving back, it not only benefits others,
Yeah.
but it also brings a sense of purpose to our own lives.
So true. So what stood out to you most in this last batch of rules? They're all so good.
They are all so good. I think for me, I keep coming back to the tiny gains.
Yeah.
Like that one just really resonates with me.
It's powerful.
It's powerful, and it's a good reminder that we don't have to do everything at once.
Right.
We can just focus on making those small improvements.
And those add up.
And they add up over time.
How about for you?
I think for me, it's that combination of mastering your time and living with integrity.
Yeah.
Like those two together are so powerful
They are.
because it's about, making sure that our actions are aligned with our values and that we're using our time
Yeah.
in a way that really matters.
In a way that's meaningful.
Exactly.
So we've gone through all 21 rules.
We did it.
It's a lot to take in.
It is.
But what's the main thing you want our listeners to walk away with?
I think it's that success. It's not just about, external markers like wealth or status.
Yeah.
It's about creating a life that's fulfilling and meaningful.
Yeah.
A life that's driven by purpose, fueled by passion, and guided by integrity.
So beautifully said.
Thank you.
And remember, you don't have to implement all 21 rules at once.
Right.
Start with one or two,
Yeah. Pick one that resonates with you.
and then go from there.
Exactly. And gradually integrate others as you go.
It's a journey,
It's a journey.
not a destination.
That's right.
So now, before we wrap up,
Okay.
there's one more point I want to touch on.
All right. What's that?
These 21 rules are not meant to be like rigid doctrines.
Okay.
They're guidelines,
Right.
principles that we can adapt
Yeah.
and apply based on our own individual circumstances.
Now make it your own.
Exactly.
Figure out what works for you.
Yeah. So there you have it. 21 rules for life-changing success.
Ooh,
It's a lot,
it is.
but it's good stuff.
Good stuff.
And if you want more,
Yes.
check out the full article. We'll include a link in the show notes.
Definitely do that. But before you go,
Yeah.
we have one final question for you.
Hit us with it.
If you could implement just one of these rules starting today,
Ooh,
which one would have the biggest impact on your life?
ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah, think about that.
Yeah. And remember, the journey to success, it's ongoing.
It is.
Celebrate the wins, learn from the setbacks, and never stop striving to be your best self.
Absolutely. And you don't have to do it alone.
Yeah.
Find your people.
Your tribe.
Yeah, your tribe. Find those people who inspire you, support you, and challenge you to grow.
So well said.
Thank you.
And most importantly, never stop learning.
Yes.
Keep exploring. Keep pursuing your passions.
Absolutely. That's what it's all about.
All right, that's a wrap for this week's Deep Dive.
That's a wrap.
We'll be back next time with another fascinating topic.
Can't wait.
Until then, keep chasing those big goals.
We'll see you then.
That's a really good question to think about.
Yeah.
It's like, what works for you might not work for somebody else.
Exactly. Yeah. It's about finding those principles that resonate
Yeah.
with you and your specific goals and circumstances.
And they might change too.
Yeah, might. Yeah, absolutely.
As you grow and evolve.
Yeah, as you learn more, as you experience more things.
So it's not just like a one and done.
No, it's a dynamic process.
One thing I noticed
Yeah.
is how these 21 rules, they're all kind of connected.
They are, yeah.
Like they work together.
Like a system.
Yeah, like a system.
Yeah, like a holistic framework for success.
Yeah, and I think you're right. Like that intentionality.
Yeah,
That sets the stage for everything else.
totally. Yeah, if you know what you want,
Right.
then all the other rules like compound growth and leveraging resources,
They become more powerful.
because they're all working towards that same goal.
Exactly.
It's like they amplify each other.
Totally. Yeah, like a synergistic effect.
I love that.
I think that's what makes this article so valuable.
Yeah.
It's not just about, achieving a specific outcome. It's about developing that mindset,
Yeah.
those habits and skills
Yeah.
that will empower you to create success in any area of your life.
It's like you're designing your life
Exactly.
to be what you want it to be.
You're the architect of your own life.
I love that.
Yeah, and that's empowering.
It is very empowering.
It is.
So this is just a taste
Yeah, just a glimpse.
of these 21 rules.
Yeah.
But there's so much more in the full article.
Oh, yeah. Tons of insights and examples.
So if you're ready to really dive deep,
Mm-hmm.
check out the link in the show notes.
Do it.
And before we go,
Yeah.
I just want to remind everybody,
Okay.
it's easy to get caught up in the pursuit of success
Yeah.
and forget to enjoy the journey. That's so important.
It is.
Like success isn't a destination, it's a process.
Yeah.
It's ongoing.
So celebrate those little wins along the way.
Yes. Celebrate the wins, learn from the setbacks,
Yeah.
and just keep striving to be your best.
You got this.
We all do.
And you don't have to do it alone.
You don't find your people,
Find your tribe.
your tribe, those people who inspire you, support you, and challenge you.
Yeah, the ones that push you to be better.
Exactly.
So well said.
Thank you.
Never stop learning.
Never stop.
Keep exploring.
Keep going.
Keep pursuing those passions.
Yes, that's what it's all about.
All right. That's a wrap
That's a wrap.
for this week's Deep Dive.
It's a good one.
It was a good one.
A lot of great information.
Thanks for joining us.
Of course.
We'll be back next time with another fascinating topic.
See you then.
Until then, keep chasing those big goals.
Keep chasing